तो आज के हम क्लास पे देखेंगे।
सर आप थर्ड और फोर्थ वाला लेक्चर अपलोड करेंगे क्या यूट्यूब पर?
मैं अपलोड करूँ।
हेलो।
हाँ, मैं अपलोड कर दूंगा। तो आज हम बात करेंगे पोस्ट के बारे में, ठीक है। लास्ट लेक्चर पे हमने बात किया था गेट रिक्वेस्ट, गेट मेथड। आज हम बात करेंगे पोस्ट मेथड के बारे में। तो गेट आपका, ओके सॉरी, या इन टुडेज लेक्चर वी गोना टॉक अबाउट post method, huh? And in last lecture we have already talked about get. So we use get to access some files and pages, right? But we use post to add some data or to transfer some data. We use post to transfer files. Let's say I want to upload a file, right? So I can use post request. Correct? And here one more example. To keep sensitive data out of the URL, such as password, personal information, web application, we use post. URL is totally visible, right? We can see the URL. Yeah. So let's understand. I think someone is in the class. Wait. So let's see that this is a URL, right? This is a URL. If I add my username and password here, is it visible for everyone or not? Please tell me this.
Can you please repeat this question?
Yeah, it is visible, right? So in order to safeguard our username and password, we don't use get method, we use post method. Okay. To overcome this security issue, we use post method, because in post method, our data is transferred in body and not in URL. And whatever we have in body, uh, that is not visible to others. Okay. Now, any question here?
ये सर क्वेश्चन
Hmm.
नहीं सर क्लियर करना था।
Hmm.
बेसिकली अगर हम गेट मेथड यूज कर रहे हैं तो वो जो भी है हेडर्स ये भी जो भी है हमारा स्टैटिक पेज के लिए यूज होता है, और पोस्ट मेथड में हमारा लाइक कोई भी लॉगिन पेज हो गया, क्रेडेंशियल फाइल वगैरह अपलोडेड वगैरह, तो वो पोस्ट मेथड के थ्रू यूज होता है।
Yes.
ओके।
So,
सॉरी फॉर मैं मालूम करना चाहा, अगर पोस्ट में हमारा क्रेडेंशियल जा रहा है, क्या पॉसिबल है कि वो शो हो हो?
it is not possible to show post request in URL. Post request sends our data in HTTP request body. Okay, that is the reason why it is not visible. Now we have some certain reasons why we use post request. So this is the benefit. Let's say we have a large file. We can send the large file using the post request or post method. No URL login. Whatever you are transferring through the post, it is not logged in. It simply means that, uh, let's say this is a network and this is your get request. If one attacker sitting here, they can simply view this network, right? And your request goes from here Here you have the website username and password. Attacker can easily view this information, right? But if you are using post method, then in this case, the attacker can only view the domain name that you are visiting, but the attacker cannot view your username or password. Why? Because the username and password is stored in HTTP request body. Okay, and that's the second reason we use, and we can increase the efficiency of how our website process this request. That is the reason why we use post method instead of get. Now here is an example. Post request, uploading a file with post keeps the file data in every body. Now what does it mean? Here we have the request. What's the request? What's the method? Post, and the location is upload. This is the host, the our website name, right? Here we have the file data. Now let's understand. Server logs only URL, not the file data. In this case, when this request directly goes to the server, every computer has their logs, right? Do you know what is log? Anyone?
Sir, activity.
Yeah, it is activity. Now let's say that this is a server, okay? This is a client. If client want to access xyzwebsite.com, it request directly goes on the server. Server logs this request, right? And again, the client send upload file dot get, right? So server can also log this thing. But the problem here you have to understand is, let's say here's the file upload functionality, right? If the website is using get method to up,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Are you trying to draw something?
Oh, sorry. It is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Oh, my bad. Wait, let me just, okay, the entire screen. Now, let's say here we have the client, here we have the server. Clients want to access example.com. Server receive this URL and server logs this request in their log. Next time, client upload a file. The request goes to the server. Now, if the file is sent through the get method, then server logs all the files and URL, because server logs each and everything whatever we have in get method, right? So in this case, if we have this thing, server can log this, right? If we have this thing, server can also log this, right? Is it clear? Now let's imagine that they both are using get method to transfer the data. Now whatever we send through the get method, it is logged in our server. Now in this case, if we send this file, server receive this URL, and server receives the metadata of file, and server logs this request along with file. But it takes more time. Why? Because it has the file to log, right? And we don't know what is the size of our file. Now, here is an attacker. Attacker knows that, okay, this website is using get method to upload a file. Got it? Now, what the attacker did is he simply comes in this website, he upload 5 GB of file, and he directly send this request to the server. Now, server receive this 5 GB data. Now, in this case, server has to log this data, right? But the data is too big for server to handle, and that is how server crashes or server didn't respond, or an attacker can simply make the server very slow. Now, on the same time, if other user wants to access this website, the website is very busy. Why the website is very busy? Because the website is figuring out how to log this 5 GB of file, right? So this is kind of an attack. So if you found anything that is going through the get, let's say if you see the username and password is traveling through the get, you can report it. It's a valid bug. If you see that any file is uploaded through the get request or get method, you can simply report it. It's a valid bug. Okay, so we can achieve DOS attacks by this type of things. And to overcome this, developer use post request. In post request, only URL is logged. Okay, so we have URL in post request, get request, but in post request, the data we have, so this is the data, and this data is in body, not in the URL. Okay, so in post request, we have the data in body, in get request, we have the data in URL, and that is how it works. Clear? Any confusion here? Confusion? Anyone? Any confusion? Any question that you want to ask?
No, no.
Okay. Now, other example why we use post request instead of get is simply this. Here we have the website, right? I think it's not visible. Here we have the website. Have you seen this type of URL where some URL use this type of characters like percentage, and a percent 32, percent 24, hash. Some website do use hash also in their URL. Have you found any website? Have you noticed this thing in websites?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the reason in it?
सर रीजन का तो नहीं पता.
Yeah, please mute yourself. Anyone can answer me? Why is it? Please mute yourself. Anyone? Anyone want to answer me this question? Why the URL use percent 24, 32, this type of thing in hello? Am I audible? Yes. Okay, let's forget. Now let's understand. Our computer only understand the characters in ASCII key, right? So we have one thing called ASCII or ASCII. Some people say ASCII, some people say ASCII. Both are the same. Don't go with pronunciation. So this is the ASCII or ASCII, right? This is a table. In this table, we have all the characters. If I can show you, do I have ASCII table? No, I don't have ASCII characters. Okay. So now let's understand, huh? There is a limitation in URL, right? URL need to use character that can be easily shared and read, such as the letters, numbers, and few symbols, right? So we have some limitation in the URL. URL can only understand some URL can only understand A to Z characters, A to Z characters, right? They both are the different because one is in capital and one is in small, 0 to 9 numbers, and some special character like this. Okay, but we have some other characters also that is non recognized by the browser, that is not rendable by the browser, like this. So this is a space. If you don't see the space, yeah, this is the space. We have comma here also. We have colon also. We have slash also. We have quote also, right? So we have these type of characters also in our URL. But in order to understand these characters, our browser use encoding, or we have to simply encode these characters so that our browser can understand. And to encode these characters, we use a table called ASCII. Now, if you don't know about the ASCII, let me tell you, we have number system. Got it? We have number system. We have binary number system. We have our number system that we use 0 to 1000, 0 to 100, infinity, right? That is our number system. We have binary number system, and we have ASCII number system. We have hex number system. So we have different type of number system for humans and for computers. Now computers understand ASCII number system. If we simply search ASCII number system here, we can simply see. Here's the ASCII table. Now this is a table, right? Here you can simply see. Here we have the characters. These all are the characters. And here we have the decimal value of our characters, right? Decimal value of our characters. Till here, any confusion? Any confusion till here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let me zoom for you so that it's easy for you to understand.
Sir,
Hmm.
this convert to number character.
Yes,
What
it is
is
converted.
print
Sorry.
converted?
Yes, it is converted. So everything is converted using the ASCII characters, right? So this is the ASCII table. So CAD means character, DES means decimal value. Here we have the characters, here we have the decimal value. Now, in order to print space, we have to convert it with this. In order to print this, we have to like use this in our URL, or we have to convert this thing, right? Here we have other symbols also. Here we have the decimal value, right? And that is the reason why we have different types of numbers like this percent 24 percent 32 and something. Okay, please wait. I think I could go. Okay. So we have some numbers, right? Percent 24, percent 32, and so on. Now, in order to include some characters like this, we need to use percentage. Okay. Uh, Here we have to add. We have to add percentage and the representative or respective numbers here. Okay, and that depends. That represent the symbols that we have here. Okay, and this is how URL encoding actually works. Now, if we are going to talk about, wait, we'll see how encoding works when we talk web applications. Okay, but in a basic level, this is how it works. So, do you have any doubt here? And every number, every symbol has its own meaning in it. Okay, Like here, parameters are separated by and after parameter we have this equal to, after equal to we have some values. Now anyone know about parameters? What is parameters? So far we have only talked about a URL, right? Do you guys know about, do you guys have any knowledge about parameters? Hmm? Yes, please. Anyone parameter?
पैरामीटर का इक्वल टू के बाद जो पैरामीटर
Okay. And how many participants do we have? Yeah. Others, what is parameter? And Pradhan, what is
जैसे
parameter?
सर जैसे हम कैप्चर करते कोई रिक्वेस्ट को और हमें वहाँ पर फाइंड होता है जैसे डी इक्वल्स टू समथिंग, तो हमारा वो पैरामीटर है वहाँ पर।
Mhm. Pradhan, what is parameter? Pradhan.
Hello.
Yeah, what is parameter?
Yeah, hi, because actually I was trying to charge my laptop. It got switched off. Actually, my charger was not working, so I was engaged in that. Can you please explain for what purpose parameter?
Wait.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my laptop just got shut down. Actually,
Yeah. Do you know about parameters?
for what?
No, in
On what?
general, what is a parameter?
Parameter means a set of rules you can say by which we can evaluate something on that parameter.
No, that is the reason. Now, what is parameter?
That is what I am explaining.
Achha.
The parameter is the set of rules of what, like by example, taking like mm, the- I have to get like 2 kgs of apple of the same dimension. That is parameter, like that.
Okay. No, please. No. Now, anyone, any confusion about parameters?
सर थोड़ा एलोबरेट कर दोगे तो समझ आ जाएगा बेटर वे में।
Okay. Let's say we have some websites. You click on this website, right? You click on this website and you'll find that there is a login page. You hit on this login page. You logged in through the website, right? Now, once you are logged in, you are redirected to desktop or dashboard. Now, in dashboard, you have product one, product two, product three. You want to buy one product, right? So you select this product, right? We have selected this product. So this product directly goes with your URL, right? So in this case, you have selected, like we have three products. So you have selected your domain name, then product, right? And after the product, what is the value of our product? That is the one, we can say two, or we can say three, right? So this is the our, this is our what? This is our parameters. Here we have our domain name. Here we have our product, and here we have the value of our product. Now, this is the actual parameter. This request directly goes to the server, right? Here's the server. Now, server can easily understand, okay, this is a website. User wants to access or user wants to buy this, right? So in server, the server has product one, product two, product three. Now, how can server identify which product you want to access? So in this case, this is the value of our product, right? So this is the value of our product. Now, server knows, okay, user wants to access this number three product. User wants to access number two product. Same, we have the quantity. Example.com. Here we have product three. And here we have quantity. So I want to purchase product three. How many quantities? Five quantities. Okay, so this is the value that directly goes in the server, and server understand with using of these values. Okay, so this is we call parameters. Got it? Any confusion here? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
Yeah. So this is the parameter, and we have to check what type of value the server is accepting. In this case, we just have some numbers, right? So is it possible that server only accepts the number? Or is it also possible that server can access some codes, some programming languages, or some payloads, or some SQL queries, right? So we have to test these parameters by putting extra values. Let's say I change this number into my cross-site scripting payload, right? If server accept this payload and return or execute as a code, then this is a vulnerability. If I change this number to some SQL injection code, right, and server accept this and run this as a SQL command, then this is also a vulnerability. Instead of numbers, if I add some special characters and server accept this, then this is also a vulnerability. Okay, got it? This is how you have to identify it. Now, here we simply have a example of our get method. Here we have submit form. We are submitting something, some data, right? So here, first we have name. What is our value of our name? So this is our name. This is our space. Yeah, anyone? Any question here? No, right? Okay. So this is how our data travels using the get method. And this is our parameter. So we have what parameters? We have name as a parameter, message as a parameter, right? And ID as a parameter. Got it? So this is not ID, this is word. So we have two parameters, 1 and 2. Okay, and these are the values. And is used to and is used to divide the parameters para1, para2. So we can divide the parameters using and, or we can differentiate the parameters using and. Like we have user and password, right? Both are the different parameters. If it directly goes to the URL, how it will be? Here we have user and password. So both are the different parameters, user and password. Clear? Now, but in post request, we don't have parameters, right? And everything directly goes to the body. Now, here in body, our request directly goes like this. This is our first parameter and message, and here this is our second parameter. One thing to note here is we don't have parameters in URL. We directly have it in body. Okay, got it? And more data can be transferred using the body. Now let's do a quick example here. Let's say here is the website, right? Here we have website. I logged in I logged in using this credential. Here we have the search field. I can simply check. If I directly go to the network tab, here I can simply see my username and password. This is how it is traveling throughout the internet. Username is equal to admin and password is equal to admin. Got it? So this is a post parameter. Got it?
One question
Hmm.
about this password. This one included in vulnerability.
Actually, your voice is jagging, so could you please speak up? You are not audible. So if is it possible, you can message me or you can try to come in the network area and then speak.
Audible.
Yes.
कहना चाह रहा हूँ, अब और ये सबका
No, your voice
क्या
is
इसका
jagging. Your voice is jagging a lot.
तो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, ये जो अभी आप आया पोस्ट मेथड में, क्या इसको कर सकते हैं मतलब? हेलो,
पोस्ट मेथड में क्या आप क्या बोल वल्नरेबिलिटी क्या बोलना चाहते हैं?
यहाँ पे पासवर्ड जा रहा है,
हम्म,
सिंटैक्स में शो हो रहा है, राइट?
हम्म, हम्म. Yeah, we can simply consider as a low bug. Okay, so very low, or we can simply consider as a observation, because since the website is using HTTPS and our username and password is directly going into the body. But if the password is transmitting without any encryption or in plain text, then we can simply consider as a low bug. Got it?
Okay, okay.
Now here we can use curl. Okay, instead of a browser, we can simply use curl and we can add our post data here. So this is our curl. Here by using -x we defined our method, our HTTP method. So far we have talked about get and post, right? We have seen how to send the username and data using the get method. Now we are looking how we can do this using post method. So first we have to just mention the method that we are using. So this is our website. By using X, we can define our method. So in this case, I am defining post as a method. Now I need to add some data, right? So to add some data, we simply use hyphen D. Hyphen D, inside double quotes, we add our username and password. Got it? So this is how we send post data. Got it? And then we can simply, once we are logged in, we can simply search any term that we have, like the same thing we have done in our get request, right? Got it? Here again, we have the cookie here. We can simply, uh, instead of transferring the username and password again and again, we can simply transfer the cookie as a header. In this case, I'm using post method and I'm not sending any data. I'm just sending my cookie as a header. And the website accepts my cookie and I'm directly logged in. We can simply try the same thing with our browser also. Here's some steps. Let's say delete this thing, right? We can directly add our cookie here. And if the website is logged in, then yeah, the cookie is workable, right? We can use the cookie. The data is directly transferring into the JSON format. Got it? And here is the search term. Okay, so search is a parameter and here is the value. So search is a parameter, London is a value in this case. We can simply uh, replicate this using the curve. Okay, here we have option copy to curl and we can send this data using curl, using fetch. So this is a fetch. We have post method. We have search term parameters here, values here. We can simply change the value and we can simply receive the response here. So this is the response, right? Now, any confusion here? Any confusion, any doubt, any question? Hello. Yeah, please, any confusion, any doubt, please ask me the question. Anyone, any doubt? Did you understand how get method work, how post method work, why we have special characters in URL? Okay, is it possible for you to reply my question? Because I'm waiting here.
The concept is clear.
Mhm. Okay, Pradhan and Altamus, do you have any doubt? Altamus, do you have any doubt? Hello.
सर प्रैक्टिकल जब करूँगा ना इसका करेक्टर कर्ल वाला कमांड का सारे समझ में आ रहा है प्रैक्टिकल में देखता हूँ कितना
Okay. Pradhan, any doubt here?
No.
Others, any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
So here we have to do some labs, right? We just have to grab the flag here. So this is how we can do it. This is the curl request, right? We have to send curl request. We have to modify the parameters to get the flag. Now, uh, in tomorrow's class, we're gonna only talk about other HTTP methods, right? Not tomorrow. Let's cover this today, okay? So far, we have only talked about get and post, but we have other HTTP methods. That method we called is CRUD. CRUD is a function, okay? CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete, okay? To create something, we send post request. To read something, we send get request. To update something, we send put request. And to delete something, obviously we send delete request, right? So here C stands for create, R stands for read, U stands for update, D stands for delete. So this is called a CRUD method or CRUD option. Okay. So this is the set of HTTP methods, and using the set of HTTP method, we can perform these type of actions. And most of the API use this function to interact with the server. Okay, so they use CRUD options, create, post, delete, and something. Got it? Now, by default, we don't have to specify that we are sending the get request. Okay, because by default, web applications are designed to send the get request. So this is our URL, and we are getting the information. So let's say if you want to create some information, let's say I want to create some data. I want to create my username. I want to update my profile. I want to add something in my profile. In that case, our website sends this method create. So in this case, I'm using curl post. This is my website. I want to add this data, right? So in this case, I am adding this data. I'm actually creating a new entry in my web server using the curl. Okay, and this is just a header, so you can ignore this thing. So this is how we use create. Once I create my entry, I can simply check whether the entry has been created or not. So in this case, the entry has been created. We can do the same thing with fetch. We can update our entry. So in some APIs or in some website, patch used, in some website put used, right, to update the same thing. So here, first we access the page. Second, we put some data, right? And in third, we simply check if the data is updated or not. So here we have the updated version of our data. And yeah, here we have the delete. Let's say we have this entry and I want to delete it. I simply send my custom delete method. If server accept this, then server delete the entry, right? So this is how CRUD actually works. So this thing is called CRUD operation. Okay. Any question here? Any question in this CRUD option? It is just
No,
a HTTP methods that we have. And remember one thing: if any website accept, delete, put, and update, then it is a vulnerability. It is a critical vulnerability. Okay. We can upload malicious files on that server by using the HTTP CRUD options. Any question here?
no. CRUD is all about the create, read, update, and delete now.
Sorry.
CRUD is all about create, read, update, and delete. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Jyoti, Altamas, and others. Any doubt?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay.
Here, sir.
So we have completed. So we have completed our HTTP. Okay. Now, before we directly move in our next class, submit your notes. Okay. Make a PDF and mention your name and send that PDF to me. I will check your notes. Okay. And just wait.